when I talk to people in the coaching situation, I mentioned 4 categories of problems that create the illness that we're in, which is malnutrition, toxicity, stagnation, and trauma. These are the 4 categories that I focus on. And so malnutrition, we talked about quite a bit, is the food-like substances that do not deliver the nutrients that you need. Toxicity, that's our industrial age pushing onto us toxic things that should never be in our body or in our environment. So we need to get those out, and we need to stop the inflow too, meaning that we have to clean up our act. We need to stop being exposed to these things. Stagnation to me is this. Swamp is a wonderful metaphor for something that's stagnant. It's putrid, it's smelly, it's stagnant.
Yeah.
When we don't move, our lymphatic system is not moving enough. Like there's no pump for the lymphatics. So unless you're at least walking or bouncing, jumping, something, exercising for sufficient amount of time every day, you become stagnant, and things don't move, and they settle in, and you will end up with smelly body parts, smelly feet, smelly crotch. That's pretty much the effect of not enough movement. Gravity will settle things into those two, your feet and your crotch, right? So that's the lack of movement. And the one that I think is actually most important is trauma. And that is like this. Until we're about 6 years old, we actually have no conscious control over what's being deposited into our consciousness. There are these developmental stages. You could look up Joseph Chilton Pierce and read up all the wonderful work that he's done, showing how there are these different gates at 9 months and 2 years and 4 years and 6 years that of the brain development, where you are actually getting toward being a person with conscious control over how you react. So in childhood, until you're 6 years old, you may have all kinds of things happen that could be totally innocent. I'll give you an example. The story is known as the lollipop moment. A 4-year-old girl is told by her mother, yes, you can have the lollipop that your sister is eating as soon as you finish your dinner. Perfectly reasonable statement of a mother who tries to nourish her child. The child decides that I am unlovable because nobody gives anything decent to me now. And now she is 30 years old, and she's trying to get a job in some high-powered financial institution downtown in the financial center. And she's sabotaging herself because she's unlovable and does not deserve a reward. Because in her consciousness, the 4-year-old deposited, I'm unlovable and I deserve nothing.
Yeah.
So that's the way to deal with this is not psychotherapy. Because with psychotherapy, you are reliving something over and over and over. And when it comes to memories are